Faraji brought up an example of someone who he knows, or he heard an example of someone who had a side effect as a result of getting the booster. There are people who are afraid to take the vaccines. There are others, the people who have been mocking me, doing videos saying, oh, look, here he is out here touting the vaccine, and he got COVID himself. And I keep explaining to people, well, the vaccine was never designed to prevent someone from actually getting COVID. And so if there's somebody who's sitting here who's saying, I'm unvaccinated, I'm not doing it, my family's not doing it, just lay out the risks that are involved.
Well, the risk is, as I say, overwhelmingly the people who are dying in this pandemic right now are those who are unvaccinated. So you would take a huge chance to joining to your 200,000 fellow Americans who also refused to get vaccinated and lost their lives since June 1, because I say that number is now projected to double. Here's what happens if you get vaccinated. If you get vaccinated, this Omicron variant is got a lot of escape mutations, which means that the vaccines, it's true, are not as effective against Omicron as they were against Delta and Alpha and other previous variants. So what that means is the vaccines now are still saving your life and still keeping you out of the hospital, but they are not always preventing symptomatic infection. It's about 75% protection against symptomatic infection versus Omicron versus 95% versus the previous lineages. So it's still pretty good, not as good. And that's why, Roland, you had a breakthrough symptomatic infection, but you're talking on a national radio broadcast with a cold rather than intubated in an intensive care unit. That's the effect of the vaccine. And so that's the message. You've got to get vaccinated, and we have to stop this business of saying you've been infected and recovered, you don't need to get vaccinated. That's just one of the phony anti-vaccine talking points. As I said, we just had our first Omicron death from a person who got infected and recovered and chose not to get vaccinated. So that is the reality.
It's time to be smart.
Roland Martin's doing this every day.
Oh, no punches!
Thank you, Roland Martin, for always giving voice to the issues.
Look for Roland Martin in the whirlwind, to quote Marcus Garvey again.
The video looks phenomenal, so I'm really excited to see it on my big screen.
Support this man, Black Media. He makes sure that our stories are told.
See, this difference between Black Star Network and Black-owned media and something like CNN.
I got to defer to the brilliance of Dr. Carr and to the brilliance of the Black Star Network.
I am Roland with Roland all the way. Honored to be on a show that you own. A black man owns the show.
Folks, Black Star Network is here.
I'm real revolutionary right now. Like, wow, Roland was amazing on there.
Stay black. I love y'all.
I can't commend you enough about this platform that you've created for us to be able to share who we are, what we're doing in the world, and the impact that we're having.
Let's be smart. Bring your eyeballs home.
You can't be Black-owned media and be scared. You dig?